Hello there. This is an astrological forecast for Capricorn for March of 2012. This also applies if you have a Capricorn ascendant. Two big things this month are that Mars is retrograde until April 14th and Mercury goes retrograde on the 12th of the month until April 4th. How's it going to affect you, Capricorns? Well, this Mars retrograde is in your 9th house. And it's very important that you use this retrograde really to expand your mind, to learn more, to push yourself in areas that maybe you've avoided or not wanted to learn about, but really they could be areas that might help you in your career. This is the time to really do it. It's time to reflect on things that you have learned and how you can extend your knowledge, because it might help you in your career. It might help you in devising a new career for yourself in these really deeply changing times. It's a great time to study the esoteric, astrology, all these alternative and healing arts, also the healing field. Wonderful time for studying and learning about that and taking action on it as well, particularly during this retrograde, because these may be things that you've put off doing and knew that you wanted to do. It's also a time to really work on that book that you want to get published, those videos that you want to have seen, the film that you want to get out there. All these things are connected with that Mars retrograde. So really reflect on these things during the retrograde, take the action after April the 14th. We've got a lot happening in this 3rd house of learning. So this is certainly a learning month. Also a month in which there could be some disagreements, particularly the first week of the month while the Sun is opposite Mars for some of that time. And also the last week of the month while we've got Mars opposite Neptune. So there could be some dishonest people around you, people not quite telling the truth. You're going to have to be careful to avoid misunderstandings, especially with the Mercury retrograde as well. So just make sure anything that you, any important things, you put them into writing. You really think about them, put things in writing. Don't rely on verbal agreements during this time. We've got a lot going on in this 4th house as well this month. A lot of talking, discussions going on in the home, connected with your family. Could be a surprise in the family, particularly the 3rd week of the month when we've got the Sun conjunct Uranus in that 4th house. Could be a surprise, or it could be a surprise trip. You suddenly go off somewhere. Try to make your travel arrangements before Mercury goes retrograde on the 12th. Otherwise, be spontaneous during the retrograde. It's often the best thing to do because it's difficult to plan very well during a retrograde. Or the thing about retrograde is you often end up having to repeat doing something. That's all, and it's just a bit frustrating. It's not usually anything terribly major. Of course, remember to keep your purchases down to a minimum. Not huge, big, luxurious purchases during the retrograde, but very good time for selling something that you've been trying to sell that you couldn't get rid of and you want a good price for. People don't quite know the value of money during the retrograde. That's why it's better time for selling usually than it is for buying, for the most part. 2nd week of the month, we've got Jupiter conjunct Venus in your 5th house. Wow, this could be a new romance coming into your life. It could also mean a new hobby, something you enjoy doing, a new thing that gives you pleasure. Could bring children into your life, and just a little bit more playful, a bit more play, because sometimes Capricorn, you can get awfully, awfully serious and responsible. So take advantage of having Jupiter and Venus conjunct the 2nd week of the month, but they are in that house, your 5th house of self-employment. So good aspects for self-employment this month as well for you. We've got Jupiter trine to Pluto from your 5th to your 1st house, so you may even give yourself a bit of a makeover this month. Do something differently. There could be a big move coming up for you, or you may have made a move and it's expanded you. It's made you very very much happier in many ways with your life. That Pluto-Jupiter is also a very powerful aspect for you to be able to convince people to do what you want, or so maybe to buy something that you have, or to invest in something that you want them to invest in. So there you have it, my dear Capricorns. I wish you a great month. You might want to subscribe to my free monthly newsletter on my website. And I'd be delighted to hear from you if you'd be interested in any kind of a reading about your finances, your relationships, your career, whatever it is. I'd be delighted to hear from you. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.